Hey, Blessed Tribe, it's Coach Jess. I'm back again with another mental health motivational word. I hope you guys are having a fabulous, fabulous day. I'm trying to put some lotion on my hands. But I hope you guys are having a fabulous, fabulous day. It is the start of a brand new week. I've been ghost for maybe a day or two this weekend, but London has been pulling on me. London said, "Mommy, I need your attention." I also needed to rest. I also needed to regroup and just make sure that I am keeping my consistent regimen. And if you have been consistent in any area of your life, you know how challenging it can be. You do need to take time, outside of what you've been doing, to reflect and make sure it's working and make sure your heart is still in the right position. So if you've been doing something for a while, a couple of months, at least a year, or something like that, just take some time to yourself to reflect, to make sure that what was important at that moment, you have adjusted to what's important right now. You have went and consulted with your father. You understand that you have to adjust, or either you need to continue on that regimen. You may have to up it or lower it, or whatever God is telling you to do in this next season. Be obedient to whatever that direction is, because it's going to help you be successful in the future. I do have two. It's one message is called double portion, but I received it in two different components, and they both came together basically saying the same thing. So I just thought that it was a very good message for you guys to understand that it was given to me twice, and I rarely get messages given to me twice. So this message is really important to myself, and I believe it will be to you. So I wanted to share it. The notes that I have on my phone, it said double portion. So I already knew that the message was going to be something about doubles. So God told me to name it double trouble. So it means that basically whatever challenges you had, whatever hardships you were faced, God is going to reward you double for that trouble. Whatever the challenge, the hardship was, it had to be that heavy. It had to be that horrific, or whatever it made you feel, sad, depressed. It had to give you that emotion, because what he's going to give you on the flip side of that is going to be double of whatever you felt. So some of us have a little bit more pain than other people, and God say it's because your packaging of what he's going to give you, and he's mainly talking about your peace, your ability to surrender. You don't have to go to report to nobody's job every day that you hate, because you feel like you have to do that to make your ends meet, or to meet your bottom line, or to make sure that your kids are fed. God said it's going to be, you're going to come to a season where everything that you did not desire to do, that did not serve your purpose, he's going to make it worth your while. Every time you kept your mouth closed and did not combat negativity, he's going to make it worth your while. Every time you close the door on things that did not serve you, he's going to make it worth your while. People do not understand, when you close doors into areas and chapters of your life, it hurts you more than it hurts the person you're closing the door in front of. It makes you feel like you are disconnected from them, or that you hurt them, or that you caused them turmoil. Yeah, they're in pain too, but being that you had to be the one to sever the ties, it hurts you more. You're having to rebuild yourself up after having to cut people off. I know that was difficult for you. It's been difficult for me, but God said he's going to give you double for your trouble. So he gave me some people that he wanted me to share with you guys about that. And he's saying that whatever you're expecting to regroup, you're going to think that it's one thing, but God said he got something totally different from you. That's why it's very important not to put God in a box. It's very important to go with the flow. It's very important just to let people be, especially if they're going off on the deep end. They're going off on another track. If somebody cut you off, that means that they did not think that you were valuable enough to go with them to their next level. And it's okay. Love them from a distance. Love them from their successes over there. You do not have to be personally connected to somebody to wish them well. You do not have to have somebody in your immediate circle, in your family, at your gatherings, attached to your gift in order for you to, not have any animosity towards that person. So God say in this next season, be paying attention to who actually supports you, who actually sows into you, who sees you as valuable. All of this is very important, okay? So whatever you thought was going to be your compensation, or what's going to pull you out of that terrible situation that you were faced at one point in your life, he's saying He has something totally different. And our thinking is always so beneath of what God has for us. That's why it's very important not to just settle in any season. Do not sit there and just take what other people are giving you, because you need to get what your Father has for you. It's way greater than what you have been accepting. God say that our standards have been low. Our expectations have been low. That's because we've been putting our expectation in man. We've been putting our fate in man's hand. It's not true. Even when you get in trouble, God say, come to him. Even when you are at your highest heights, come to him, because he brought you there. Don't forget about him along your way. There's going to be a long fall all the way to the bottom if you forget about your Father. So God is saying in this next season, a lot of us have been living life outside of the realm that he wants us to live in. He said, get your power, get your expectancy, get everything back connected to the Father, okay? So whatever you was expecting, God say that's too little bitty. That's too itty bitty. That's too little. When people say you're small business, listen, God say stop putting those limitations on people. Stop having expectations and putting people on high pedestals. Those people had to play. Those people had to pray. I'm still saying it wrong. Had to pay a price for all the hell that they've been through. Okay, so he's saying, do not put what you think or what you think they did or how you think their life turned out, what you think you know. God said you don't know anything. Worry about keeping your own boat in smooth sailing, okay? Worry about not worrying about what other people got going on, okay? So in this next season, you're going to have to mind your good old business, okay? I was trying to figure out a more sophisticated, whatever way to say it. Mind your good own business, okay? God is saying in this next season, you're going to have to be focused on whatever your troubles are. Everybody have troubles. I don't care if you are on the elite scale of the spectrum. Far as you got money, you don't worry about your bills. You got this, you got that. You got businesses, you got a state, you got this, you got that. God say everybody has some trouble. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has childhood traumas and struggles and family drama. And you may have like that voice in your head telling you that you can't succeed. You may be still struggling with something a bully told you years ago. Your mother or parents may have spoke less of you, treated you different than your other siblings. You may have had things that still may come up against you, even though you may have matured in the spirit, even though you may have gotten to a high level of sophistication and intellect and theology or whatever. God is saying everybody has something that they're facing. So even for you, God say focus on your own trouble, because he's going to give you double for whatever you are dealing with. If you get with some kingdom people, get with some eagle-like friends, get with some kingdom environment, get around some teaching, start investing in life coaching, go to therapy, start journaling, taking nature walks. Get with some friends who are going to uplift you. Disconnect in several times from people who no longer serve you. God say when you do the work that his kingdom requires, that's why you don't see a lot of people going this way. That's why you don't see too many people just signing up to do this work, because it's heavy, exhausting work. But God say you are cut out to do it. That's why you keep coming on these videos, because you know God is calling you higher. You know that he's requiring more of you for your children. Your bloodline deserves somebody like you to step up and take the leadership position that it needs to take. It's been laying dormant for long enough. Your great grandparents didn't have the opportunity to do it. Your parents may not have the opportunity or the knowledge and technology to get the information. God said he gave it to you because he wants you to do something with it. He is raising up a new spirit in our recent generations for us to go ahead and do the thing that is required to do it. Stop thinking about all the things that didn't work. Stop thinking about all the things people told you that did not serve you of where you're going. God said he got something better for you, and he's going to give you double for your trouble. So keep that in mind, okay? So if you have to take longer to get your degree, it's because he's going to put you in positions where that degree is going to take you further than it did for other people. God say don't pay attention to other people's course, other people's decisions that they have to make or trials that they have to overcome. You got your own trials, your own challenges, your own heartaches and hardships that you have to overcome. You have no business worrying about other people's business, their marriages, their family, their ailments, or whatever they got going on. He said you don't have the space and energy to worry about that. You got to Do slow and steady, stay consistent, and mind your good own business, okay? Because he's going to give you double for the trouble, but you have to also not just look at the trouble. He's saying he wants you to do something about it. If you are suffering with depression, he said you may need medication for a period of time. You may need to get into alignment. You may be missing the thing that's built to fulfill you. You may be worrying about things that's out of the kingdom that you should not be worrying about. You may be not have him at first in your life. You may have your wife or your significant other or your children in that slot where he said he wants himself to be. So you have to make sure that you are doing everything to get yourself out of this troublesome situation with your Father's help. He's saying stop trying to do it out your own strength. That's why it's not working. It's not designed to work that way. You have to seek your Father who knows the plans over your life and then follow the plan. If you do the plan, you will not be depressed. You will not be sad. You will not be attached to people who do not serve you. If you do the plan, you will not be depressed and sad and always crying and whining and complaining. You will have some better things to think about. You'll be happier. You'll be at peace. You'll be able to sleep. You'll be able to say no and not feel any type of way about it. You'll have some confidence, some self-esteem. You'll be able to be high vibrational. People want to invite you. People are happy when you show up versus the other way where they're like, no, we wish you wouldn't have never came with all that energy, with all that toxicity, with all that bad vibes that you come with. God say, get back to where he wants you to be. And that's happy, that's joyous, that's peaceful, and that's doing what he has over your life. You'll live a different life. Your eyes will open and you'll say, wow, this is what he's wanted me to do all along. You just have to seek and find the thing that he birthed you to do. You know how to do it in your sleep. People commend you about it all the time. You're overlooking it. You thinking it has to be this big, drawn out packages of what you can do. God say, no, it's small. It may be something just doing a service for somebody. You may think it's beneath you, but God say that's the thing that he wants you to sow into that's going to take you before great men if you become a specialist in it. He don't want you just to do 5 hours and think that you a professional. No, you have to invest, be consistent and consistent. Keep knocking at that door of success. Okay, so he's saying double means to be consisting of 2 equal parts. So the message today, he basically wanted me to tell you guys that when you get into some trouble, when you are facing hardship, when things don't go your way, when something comes against your health, your mental health, your physical health, and it interrupts your spiritual health, he's saying whatever magnitude that level gave you of stress and turmoil, suffering and persecution, he's saying that your payout, your amount of peace that he's going to give you, your amount of finances and freedom of time and all of that is going to coincide with the hell that you had to go through, the suffering that you had to endure. He's saying one part was like, it's like a whole piece, and he cut it right down to half. On one half, it's your trials, it's your hardship, and it's your challenges. On the other hand, it's prosperity, and it's your glory season. It's your promised land on the other side that's going to be opposite of what you're facing. So right now, if you're facing a financial deficit, God say how heavy it is on you, that's how much prosperity and that's how much wealth he has for you on the other side. The issue is that a lot of us, we don't know how to get to the other side. God is revealing it to you right now. You get to the other side by following his plan and stop doing your own plan. My coach was saying this morning, after you get beat up in the spirit so much, you're going to be asking God over and over and over again, give me the plan. I'm going to be obedient this time. I'm tired of getting beat up in the boxing ring with the devil. I'm tired of running for the enemy. He leaves me empty and exhausted and depressed and sad and no finances at the end of the day to show for what I've been working hard for. You have to get in the kingdom by following your Father's steps. God will give you Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit will be invited in, and you will get step by step of what you're supposed to do. Do not try to eat a whole elephant in one instance. That means that you're going to have to do piece by piece by piece, step by step. This thing is not going to be just a quick little journey. It's going to be a continuation of things happening over a long period of time. So I've been coming up here at least for a year now, and God is showing me I'm elevating you in different areas. And the journey that he's taken me is so beautiful. It's so just at my own speed, and I love it. The same thing with you. When you begin to start sowing into your gift, when you begin to start seeking your Father's kingdom, he's going to take you on your own little journey, and it's going to feel so purpose-led. You're going to be so at peace. You're going to be calm. You're going to be cool, and you're going to be able to see oh, I left all of that hell and suffering and pain and baggage on the other side. But when I crossed the line and went over here with what my Father had for me, I really was able to see that he gave me double for my trouble. All the tears I cried, all the times I had to set out, all the times where people talked about me and did not include me, it's because God had glory on the other side. That's why they say he take you from glory to glory to glory. God said he wants to take you to a little glory today. He wants to give you a little sunlight in all of that darkness and storm that you've been experiencing, okay? So double means 2 equal parts. So however, whatever the size of your hardship was, God say, because of that, he has great for you. So great means that it's excellence. That's why I've been talking to you guys about excellence. You have to be excellent in order to receive excellent. You have to have excellent vibes if you want other people to treat you with excellence. You have to run your business with excellence if you want excellent clientele to come to you. You have to treat your children in an excellent manner if you want them to pay you back in the later years and have a relationship with you of excellence. You have to have excellent boundaries if you don't want people just to be able to come up and say anything to you, to be able to just run off with your finances, run off with your time, run off with your energy. You have to have excellent boundaries. God say he's calling you to excellence, okay? He just don't have great for you and you just gonna get it. No, you have to become excellent in order to get this excellence, this greatness, okay? So he wanted me to give you guys a few examples about people who had hardships and challenges and how they received double for their trouble, okay? And this is not for us to put anybody on a pedestal. This is just to give you a common example of what God say he's going to do. If he do it for one, he's going to do it for many. A lot of us just get wavered. A lot of us just get the mission put in the back of us because other people's missions get put in front of us. We put other people's priorities in front of our own. God say in this season, you're going to have to stay focused. You're going to have to keep your own boat sailing forward. You're not going to be able to waver from side to side. You're not going to be able to save other people. You have to save yourself in this season. And you doing your gift is going to save millions. You doing your gift is going to save thousands. You casting your net out and doing whatever God has blessed you to do, that gift is going to show other people how to be able to do what they need to do. We all don't need to follow each other, but we all have something to help one another along in this journey, okay? Because it is a very, very tough, narrow, challenging journey to stay focused and to combat all of this negativity and chaos that's going on around us. But God say with his kingdom ambassadors, sowing into videos, sowing into therapy, sowing into reading scripture, journaling, getting in kingdom environments, starting your own businesses, you will be so booked and busy, you will have no desire to worry about any of that stuff. You will have no room for negativity because God is going to give you double for your trouble. Your space is going to be occupied with all kingdom people, all kingdom environments, kingdom teaching, kingdom conversations. You just going to have kingdom everywhere you look, like a field of roses just growing and growing and growing. God is saying he's going to fill all of those dark spaces and all of those sufferings with kingdom. You have to invite it in, okay? So he said, take somebody like Oprah Winfrey. And I have a list of other people that I wanted to share with you guys. He said, take somebody like Oprah Winfrey, okay? So on one half, on her later years, it said that Oprah grew up in poverty. She was born in a rural city, Mississippi, and then later moved to inner city. Her mother was a teenage mom. It says that she was molested as a child. And then also in her teenage years. And all of this was like with an S. So she's been molested multiple times as a child and molested multiple times as a teenager. Then it says that she even became a teenage mom who lost her child. Those were some of the hardships that she faced. Same thing with you. You may have hardships that equal this or may be different from her experience, but we all have hardships, okay? And he's saying on the other side of her half, which is what God is saying he's going to make you great, God revealed himself in her life by making her a self-made billionaire. She was a TV host for the most worldwide, best known TV show, longest running TV show worldwide. She also became the chairman and CEO of the OWN cable network. It says that she was the first self-made billionaire. She was the first female production company of Harpo Films, and that's her name spelled backwards. I thought that was really cute. I love to read, you guys. So I'm hoping that you guys don't mind learning a little bit by getting the word, a little bit by just getting with me and getting with our Father, okay? So anyway, she has a production company, and she also is the founder of a magazine called O. And I've been seeing like some food out here too with her logo O on it. But anyway, those were just some things about some hardships that she faced in the beginning, but God gave her double for her trouble. The same thing with you. I want you to put whatever Oprah faced, whatever you think the thing is that knocked you down or made you not being able to get into rooms or gave you less confidence, or somebody that tried to take you off your pedestal, people who knocked you out of position, who lied on you, who plotted against you, parents who may have neglected you, relationships that may have been traumatic or domestic or abusive, things you may have experienced. You may have had some health issues you had to overcome. People may have physically done things to you to try to take you out. The enemy has been starting with us when we were young. So this was just an example of what God said, that he'll give you double for your trouble. You just have to stand the test of time. You have to withstand during these storms. You have to get into kingdom environments. It's up to you to get away from things that are not serving you. Run away from evil. Turn your back against it. God hates it. God say, get into some kingdom environments. No, you don't have to think you're better than other people. Yes, you can pray for people to help them become a kingdom person as a kingdom ambassador, but you can't save everybody. God says some people have to want the knowledge, and those are the people that you want to connect yourself with in this next season. You don't have any energy left to try to save other people. And as a kingdom ambassador, you want to see everybody win. You want to see everybody in purpose. You want to see everybody heal from childhood traumas. You want to see everybody just at this glorious place like where God brought Oprah to. But everybody doesn't get there because, like I said, people waver. We get confused. We get manipulated. We get pulled out of character. We go environments that don't serve us. We connect with people who bring us down. We squander our time away on the phone, gossiping, watching TV, on social media, doing things that are not of what our Father has us to do. Nothing wrong with relaxing, vacationing, seeking higher education, reaching health goals and stuff like that. But you still just have to make sure that you are in your gift of whatever God has for you to do. Everybody has one. This is her gift. I'm in my gift. You could be beginning to be inspired by other people you see using their gift. Don't sit back and watch other people use their gift and you not tapping into yours. You got one too. I'm hoping this video is birthing it out and showing you that God got something special out there he wants you to be doing. But you have to make sure you set those boundaries. Stay focused on your own good business, sowing into your gift, sowing into life coaching, getting into therapy if that's required, taking medication temporary until you're able to get to a place where you can practice well health. Whatever you need to do to be well, to be efficient, to be effective in what God had for you to do. He's saying he needs you in his kingdom. People are lost out here. People are wavering. People are turning around and going back to things that don't serve them. Whatever your gift is could be helping more people get into our Father's kingdom, okay? Some other people he wanted me to share with you guys is Sidney Poitier. This is somebody who I think he was like the actor, and he started like one of the most influential African-American male actors like in the world. I'm pretty sure he had trials and discrimination and had to fight through a lot of things in order to bust down barriers so that other actresses and actors can go forth and be great. Viola Davis, I read her backstory in her book. She had a very rough road to where she is now, but God is showing us on one side of the spectrum, people have hardships, people have challenges, people face barriers and persecution and suffering. But on the other side of the spectrum, he's going to give you double for your trouble as long as you are sowing into your gift. These are all people who have gifts given to them by their Father that they serve one another with. Same thing with you. You have a gift. You're supposed to be serving other kingdom people with it. You're supposed to be impacting the earth with it. 7.8 billion people. Now, you mean to tell me you can't find a tribe of people who can actually support you? You just have to support yourself first. Everybody else will amaze you. God will make you great, okay? So Tyler Perry, homeless, and now he's like a big influential person in movie and theater. Steve Harvey, homeless once, but now he's a very impactful comedy stand-up comic. He has other businesses attached to him. Tupac Shakur, very influential. Notorious B.I.G. These are people who you may not choose. You may not think are qualified in God's kingdom. But God gave them a gift, and what they did was they took all of that pain, all of that suffering, all of those challenges and hardships, and they turned it around and made it work for their good. God gave them double for their trouble. It doesn't matter if people say that that gift isn't valuable. It doesn't matter if people say that that will never pay out. It's never important about what other people think, especially those who don't support you. If people don't support you, if your family don't think that you're valuable, if people dislike your stuff, if the comments are not what you desire, keep going anyway. It doesn't matter what people who do not support you think. Every one person who don't support you, God got 1,000 to replace them. Stay focused on the positive, okay? Wake up every day and make in your mind, today I'm going to stay on God's kingdom of what he promises me. He says he's going to give me double for my trouble. And I wanted to give it to you guys in scripture again. And that was in the book of Job, chapter 42, starting at verse 10. It says that when Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes. In fact, the Lord gave him twice as much as before. So that means that all the suffering that Job experienced, his wife was stripping, his children were displaced, and it was just so much. His health started becoming compromised. He went through a lot of suffering, and in the end it said that God gave him twice as much and twice as double. So like I said, it all comes together. So make sure that you understand that all of the hell and suffering and challenges and barriers that you're facing right now, the oppression, the lack, God said he got double for that. So stay focused in the kingdom. It doesn't matter what people think who don't support you, okay? Stay focused on the people who are supporting you. And keep that character intact. Make sure that you are practicing excellence in your business, in your finances, with your children, with your family, with your health, with your mind, with your mouth, with your actions. God say excellence. He's not requiring perfection. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to get it all right. We're not going to have the perfect attitude 24/7. We're not always going to do everything perfect, but he says of excellence. You know, when you do something bad, you go and repent. You say, God, listen, I'm not going to be doing that. I don't like the way that feels. I'm not going to talk to people like that. These are your people. You're going to pray for people. You're going to elevate. You're not going to stay where you been, okay? I got to go. I love you guys. All Boston Lip Gloss. Continue to sow into the Blessed Tribe. Life coaching sessions with me. You guys have been blowing my mind. Every time you book a session, I'm just like, there you go. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. It's more ammunition to let me know that I'm doing what my Father asked me to do, or either we wouldn't be in alignment. So the same thing with you. You got some people out there connected to you that want to sow into your gift just as well as you guys have been sowing into mine. Be encouraged on today that you can do anything you put your mind to. Trust me, I am a living witness that you can come from a rural place, that you can come from poverty, that you can come from a single mother household, you can come from grief, you can come out of domestic violence, you can come out of a lot of negative things, the suffering and challenges. But God say, just like for me, he got double for my trouble. Whatever your things are, start listing them out. God say, however heavy that was, he got something greater on the other side for you. So I hope this encouraged you today to stay focused on kingdom assignment. You got your own kingdom assignment. I hope you press and play each and every day. I love you guys. God bless. Gotta go.